Multiplayer looter brawling mashup Towerborne, feature-rich and loaded with beautifully animated action, but will it arcade? Hey all, this is Dustin with Dustcade Games, and in this new series, I've crammed an old gaming PC into my Polycade Sente, picked up all the available control configurations, and even customized some of my own, and I put all of this work in order to attempt to wrench popular modern PC and console games into this here arcade cabinet to find out how well they fare on arcade. So, stick around for some gameplay, a review, and if I actually manage to get it working, some helpful tips on how you can do it too. And if you like what you see and want to see more of it, hit those like and subscribe buttons and leave a comment down below. Let's get into it. Published by Xbox Game Studios and developed by the indie darling behind the banner saga, Stoic Studio, Towerborne is a unique mashup of traditional arcade brawler action and modern MMO looter games, offering up a unique twist on both genres. Available now in early access on Steam and Xbox Game Pass, Towerborne can be played single player or up to 4 players cooperatively online, with local couch co-op coming in a future update. We play as an ace, one of many warriors who can be repeatedly resurrected from the spirit realm whenever they are killed, and because of this, they are perfectly suited to take on the risky work of defending the front lines in the struggle to protect the kingdom from the encroaching wilds and its horde of baddies, after a calamity has forced the entire population into retreat at a tower stronghold known as the Belfry. Entirely surrounded, it's your job to protect the Belfry, rescue the people who are fleeing the infested lands, root out the cause of the invasion, and eliminate it. The hugely addictive gameplay loop consists of picking your next challenge from the world map, battling through each zone in an arcade side-scroller / brawler style reminiscent of classics like Golden Axe, but with a modern take, with far more variety in the movesets and the objectives, which range from fighting through scores of enemies, boss battles, escort-style missions, defending NPCs from enemy hordes, and occasionally solving simple logic puzzles in order to unlock special sprites called Umbra that can be assigned to your loadout to assist you in battle by providing unique special moves or attacks. After successfully completing each mission, you are awarded with a loot drop that consists of a handful of semi-random weapons, clothing, and materials that can be combined, crafted, and equipped in order to buff out your character's moveset and customize their style. There are 4 primary weapon archetypes that can be assigned and reassigned between missions. Sentinel is your classic sword and board loadout for that balance of offense and defense. Pyroclast is a unique war club / fire blast combo reminiscent of Monster Hunter's glaive weapons, allowing for a more flowy combat that creates some space where you can then blast your foes with a lethal heavy attack. Rockbreaker has you equipping gauntlets for that short-ranged, attack-focused fist-based fighting, allowing you to power up your attacks and unload on your enemies. And my personal favorite, Shadow Striker, using speedy light attacks with dual daggers and acrobatics to close the gap quickly and juggle your enemies into submission. There are multiple weapon subclasses with unique moves to further dial in your combat preferences, as well as a robust skill tree where you can assign points however you see fit to meaningfully enhance and expand your ace's abilities. Many unique class-specific skills are broken into categories for updating and modifying your standard attacks, heavy attacks, and finishers, as well as refining your general moveset for lots of opportunities to dial in and personalize your playstyle. Additionally, there are drops called aspects, basically crystals that can be slotted into some rarer weapons and armor to add additional buffs like bleed or poison damage, or upping the chance of getting a critical hit, or reduce incoming damage, among many other modifiers. Just another tool to help you round out your character and make it your own. Back at the Belfry, you can upgrade or dismantle gear at the Forge, take on jobs at the job board, talk to NPCs and quest givers, collect rewards, complete challenges, change your appearance, and gather with other players. Completion of jobs is often rewarded with items called writs and curios, which are used to buy packages that change the look of your character's outfit and equipment. There is also an online store where you can purchase these writs and curios with real-world money, a basic additional monetization model that thankfully can be entirely ignored. But if you're into that sort of thing, it's there for you. The world map consists of a hexagon grid of tiles, each containing a specific discrete challenge. As you push yourself further from the belfry by completing adjacent tiles, you'll start to come across difficulty zone restrictions where you will be required to pass a danger license trial back at the belfry before gaining access. Each time you select a tile to play, you will be asked to choose from a range of difficulty levels. That choice will affect the number and types of enemies, their attack and defense modifiers, number and type of mini-bosses you may encounter, and of course the quality of the loot that drops. So you will want to select the highest difficulty you can manage in order to get the best loot. When roaming the map, you will often come across larger name tiles that will contain unique and pre-scripted events where you might encounter a novel game mechanic or challenge and often an epic boss fight to top it off. The bosses are all big and beautifully animated challenges, each offering a unique spectacle that will put all of your skills to the test. If a specific boss is giving you trouble, you may want to tailor your loadout to target its weaknesses. You can choose to take on these challenges alone, or you can play cooperatively with other players that you meet roaming the world map or back at the belfry. Multiplayer is quite hectic and exciting, and you can expect to encounter more enemies with better stats when playing with more people. You can communicate with other players using an emote system similar to how Dark Souls does it, but don't expect to be chatting via headset. That being said, the emotes are enough, since it's pretty easy to know what the objective will be, since it's almost always to smash on some baddies. A quick note about accessibility features. Right now, all we get is a subtitle size slider, a language selector, and a camera shake toggle. Currently, there are not colorblind options or other common accommodations. But since this is still in early access, there may be more accessibility features released down the road as they continue to develop. Even though I am not normally an MMO loot drop type of guy, I really adore this game, and I find myself having that just one more run feeling quite regularly. I really love Stoic Studios' art and character design, which shares some similarities across their catalog, and if you've ever played any of the Banner Saga games, then you already know that their art and design are top tier. I find myself marveling at the level of balance and polish in the combat systems as well. Even though it is super customizable, it always works, and it always feels fair. Upgrading your character, whether it be leveling up, swapping gear, or filling out the skill tree, feels meaningful every time, and when I fail, I feel like it's my own fault. The loot drop can feel frustrating when you are trying for a specific build and keep getting gear that is irrelevant to it. And I also do worry that the MMO nature of the game may result in a lack of a satisfying conclusion and there ever being a definitive ending. Also, there are the standard concerns with always online systems present here as well. Despite those criticisms, my personal recommendation is that this game is a must play. Since my Multi-cade uses a PC and has controller boards that convert the input into X input, like how most PC fight sticks work, my best option is to play the version of Towerborne released on the Steam Marketplace. If your Multi-cade does not show up as X input, XPatter is a great third-party software solution to convert your classic controller input to X input. I'll leave a link in the description. When you're ready, Steam has a robust input configuration option, so it's quite easy to get everything set up. You can access the Steam input settings by right-clicking on Towerborne in the Steam Library tab and selecting Properties, and then Controller from the left menu. Since I want my standard 8-way gated joystick controlling the characters and navigating the menu, I'll go ahead and switch the D-pad to joystick in the D-pad tab. I also need 9 buttons in order to do all of the combat inputs. 8 of them work right out of the box, but since I just remapped the D-pad, I need a new button for the health flask. I'll go ahead and map an unused button like the select button to the keyboard T key, which also triggers the healing mechanic. And since it's a little out of the way, I won't accidentally hit it when I don't intend to. Next, I'll map the emotes menu to the start key. To do this, I'll press the gear next to the start key and select Add Extra Command, and then assign this to the keyboard's 6th key, which will open the emote radio menu. To make it so that I can still use the start key to open the regular menu, I'll select the gear and then select long press from the dropdown. This way, if I tap start, I get the regular menu, and if I hold it for a second or so, I get the emote radio menu. Now that we've talked a bit about what Towerborne is and how to get it set up, the only question left is, will it arcade? To answer this, I'm going to quickly break down my experience into 5 categories. Overall, the remapping and initial setup took under 10 minutes of minor tinkering to get working. In fact, I would argue that it feels better than using a standard controller to play with an arcade joystick and buttons. Since it doesn't just work out of the box though, I'll dock it by 1. 4 out of 5 tokens. Playing games on an arcade cabinet traditionally means shorter, more punchy game sessions, and Towerborne's gameplay loop fits that like a glove. The 5 or so minutes of intense action in each level, followed by a loot drop and some quick character customization, is a loop that is absolutely perfect for an arcade cab and gives me that just one more token feel. 5 out of 5 tokens. While the musical score is a very lofty orchestral fare that doesn't exactly harken back to the bips and boops of the classic arcade soundscape, it sounds amazing and invigorating. The beautiful and vibrant cartoony animation with tons of visual flair looks absolutely stunning on my Polycade Sente's 24-inch screen, and the classic brawler gameplay makes for a stellar arcade experience. 5 out of 5 tokens. Unfortunately, there is no way currently to play local multiplayer on the Steam version of Towerborne, but since the Xbox version does have local multiplayer, and the devs have hinted at adding it to the PC version at some point, I'll give it 2 out of 5 tokens, for now. As I said previously, this is a just one more token all day long type of game. If this was in the arcades, it would be hoovering up all of your money. It is so addictive and so smile-inducing that I just can't stop playing. 5 out of 5 tokens. Alright, let's definitively answer the question, will it arcade? And the answer is, yes, Towerborne absolutely will arcade. With a combined score of 4.2 out of 5 tokens, not only will it arcade, but I would argue that playing on an arcade cab is definitively the best way to play this unique and ambitious video game. Just as long as your cab has a joystick and a bunch of buttons, Towerborne is an essential addition to your multi-cade. So that's the scoop with Towerborne on arcade. What game would you like to see me cover next? Toss your suggestions in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed what you've seen here and want to see more. Also, check out Dustcade Games on Instagram, BlueSky, and SoundCloud. Links in the description. This was Dustin with Dustcade Games. See you next time and have fun smashing those buttons.